Hey everybody, Mr. Cameron here to show you a fun underhand throwing game called Fold It Up, okay? For this game, you are going to need just a couple of different pieces of equipment. You're going to need a small object or piece of equipment that you can throw, okay? Right now I'm using like a foam, really soft baseball, or the size of a baseball, but you can use any other ball or soft object that you don't mind throwing for this activity. The other thing you're going to need is some kind of large sheet, tarp, blanket, towel, something that's really big and something that can fold in different directions. I am using a tarp. It's right here. You can probably see it. Okay, it's really big. It can fold over. This is going to be my target for the game. All right? Now, when you're getting set up for the game, you need to decide where you're going to throw from. So let's say I'm going to throw from right about here. I'll put the ball down so you can see where I'm going to throw from. And then you need to decide how far away your target is going to be. I'm going to slide this tarp out a little ways. I'm not going to put it too far because I don't want to make it impossible, but I'm not going to put it too close either because I don't want it to be too easy. So find somewhere where you think is going to be a good challenge for you, all right? Also, this game can be played all by yourself, but it can also be played with one or two or three other people, and that part's going to be up to you, all right? So let me take my tarp out here a little ways, somewhere where you can still see it. Okay, so hopefully you can still see the tarp. Right there. All right, and this is going to be where I decided I'm going to throw from. Now I'm going to step a little bit off to the side so you can see the tarp and you can see my throwing motion. Now make sure when you're doing this activity you're still using your correct underhand throwing motion, following through. All right, but how it works is when you're ready, you're going to start with your blanket or your tarp or your sheet wide open. You want it as big as it can be. Then you're going to take a correct underhand throw. If your object or ball or whatever you're throwing hits the target, you're going to fold the target in half. So it's going to get a little bit smaller. Then you're going to go get your ball, you're going to bring it back, and you're going to try to hit that target. Okay? So let's see how I did. Right now my target's as big as it can be. Here we go. Back, step, throw. All right. I don't know if you were able to see that on the screen, but my ball hit my target in the air. It landed right on my target. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk up, fold my tarp in half. I'm going to quickly go get my ball, and I'll be back here in hopefully about 10 seconds. See you soon. All right, I'm back. Hopefully you enjoyed some Taylor Swift while I was running to get that ball. Okay, here we go. So now I'm back to my throwing spot. I got my ball. My tarp, or my target, is now folded in half. So it is smaller than it was on my first throw. So here's the trick. I'm going to perform another underhand throw. If I hit the tarp, I'm going to fold it in half again to make it even smaller. But if I miss the tarp, I'm going to unfold it one time to make it a little bit bigger. The goal for you in this game is to try to get your tarp as small as you can, or sheet or blanket. Okay? So let's see how I do. Let's see if I hit the target now that it's a little bit smaller. Here we go. Hopefully you can still see me. Facing my target. Arm, step, throw, follow through. Perfect. I hit the target again, so you know what I'm supposed to do. Fold it in half, go get my ball, bring it back. Enjoy Taylor Swift, I'll be right back. Woo! Okay, So now, my target is even smaller. I fold it in half again. So now I'm going to keep going and see how many times I can hit my target to make it smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until I can't fold it anymore. Once that happens, game's over and you can start over. But what I'm going to do right now is show you what happens if you miss your target, because that happens sometimes, especially if you're challenging yourself. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to miss on purpose. No laughing. Here we go. Arm back. And oh! So close. So now instead of folding in half smaller, I unfold it one time and go back to when it was a little bit bigger. Here I go. Alright, so hopefully you can see that I made my tarp a little bit bigger. Like I said, goal of this game is to make your tarp as small as you possibly can, or blanket or sheet. Alright, if you finish this game, you can start over, open your blanket all the way up, but maybe this time move back a little bit further than you did the first time, or find a different ball that you would like to use. Like I said, you can do this by yourself and challenge yourself, or you can take turns with another person. All right? I hope you have fun, and I'll see you soon.